When you think of the NBA, you're imagining the best basketball players on the planet. But behind their game-winning shots and insane skills, there's something else that gets them into the zone: their pre-game rituals. Some players like a specific ball or a precise shooting time before game day. Others might have a particular routine to get their head in the right place. Most of these habits are fairly typical, nothing too wild. But then, some take things to a whole new level. Let's jump right in, because today, we're diving into the weirdest pre-game rituals ever seen in the NBA. Number 9. Kevin Garnett's headbanging ritual. If you ever watched Kevin Garnett, you know he was the embodiment of emotion on the court. Loud, fiery, and unfiltered. So, it's no surprise that his pre-game ritual was just as intense. Before games, Garnett would head to the basket, stand in front of the padded stanchion, and start adjusting his uniform. He'd tuck his shirt into his shorts and tug at the drawstring, mumbling to himself, getting himself tight. But here's where it gets strange. Kevin would headbutt the stanchion twice. Then, he'd give it a hard slap. The stanchion's padded, sure, but headbutting it with the force Garnett brought? That's next level weird. But it was all part of his fiery personality, getting himself ready for battle. Number 8. Stephen Curry's tunnel shot and sprints. If anyone's earned the title of NBA's best shooter, it's Stephen Curry. His pre-game routine is fitting for a player of his caliber, but there's more to it than just shooting hoops. Curry starts with a typical shooting routine: close shots, mid-range shots, then he backs up until he's launching half-court shots. He doesn't stop there though. Once he nails a half-court shot, he works his way back toward the basket, hitting everything along the way. But here's where it gets weird. After his shooting routine, Curry throws in some trick shots. Once he nails a few of those, he heads to the tunnel, where he takes up to 5 shots. He has to make one before moving on. But wait, the oddest part comes next. After signing autographs for fans, Curry enters his 100-meter dash routine. He gets into a sprinter stance, and boom, takes off running back to the locker room. It's a quirky, energizing, and downright entertaining ritual from the greatest shooter of all time. Fans can't get enough of it. Number 7. Dwayne Wade's pull-ups. Dwayne Wade's remembered as one of the greatest shooting guards to ever step onto the court. 3 NBA championships, a Finals MVP, and countless unforgettable moments. Wade has seen it all. But before every game, Wade had a ritual that fans loved to watch. He'd jump up, grab the rim, and knock out a few pull-ups. Now, this wasn't just for show. Wade was paying homage to his jersey number, number 3. The pull-ups were his way of keeping things symbolic, and the crowd always got a kick out of it. Funny enough, Wade picked up this pre-game habit from none other than Vince Carter, the man who could dunk from anywhere. But Wade made it his own with a twist, adding his flavor to the routine that became a fan favorite. Number 6. LeBron James Chalk Toss. The LeBron James Chalk Toss. It's so iconic that we've all come to expect it before every game. But when you stop and think about it, tossing chalk into the air is a pretty weird thing to do before playing basketball, right? LeBron didn't just come up with this move on his own. He got it from Michael Jordan, who also had a chalk toss of his own. More on that in a minute. LeBron uses talcum powder to keep his hands dry and ensure a better grip on the ball. But the dramatic toss in the air? Yeah, that's just for the theatrics. And while it may seem strange, it's undeniably entertaining to watch, especially when the arena's filled with anticipation. It's one of those moments that gets fans hyped up every time. Number 5. Michael Jordan's Chalk Toss. Of course, before LeBron made the chalk toss famous, there was Michael Jordan. But Jordan's pregame ritual wasn't just about the chalk, it was all about the show. MJ would grab the talcum powder and slap his hands together, covering them in the white dust. But what made this truly special was how Jordan involved Bulls broadcaster Johnny Red Kerr in the process. After smacking the chalk on his hands, Jordan would fling it in the air, often right in front of Kerr, who would respond with some hilarious countermeasures. Sometimes Kerr would whip out a minifan, other times a gas mask, or even an umbrella. His mission? To make MJ laugh. And on a few occasions, he succeeded. It's this blend of ritual and entertainment that makes Jordan's chalk toss so unforgettable. If you're liking what you're seeing, smash that subscribe button and stay locked in. More heat's coming your way real soon. Number 4. Vince Carter's Kiss the Rim. Vince Carter was known for his insane athleticism and incredible dunks, but his pregame routine was a lot more heartfelt. Like Dwayne Wade, Carter would jump up and grab the rim before every game. But instead of doing pull-ups, Carter would give the rim a gentle kiss. Yep, you heard that right. He kissed the rim. Now, you might think that's a bit strange, considering the rim is, well, not the cleanest part on the court. But there's a beautiful reason behind this gesture. Carter did this to honor his late grandmother, who had a huge influence on his life. After kissing the rim, he would land, kiss his hand, and point up to the sky, dedicating the moment to her. While it might seem unusual to some, this ritual isn't just odd, it's incredibly touching. Number 3. Monta Ellis' wax hands. Monta Ellis was known for his incredible scoring ability, including a mind-blowing 53.1% shooting percentage during the 2007-08 season. But what if we told you there might be an unusual reason behind his shooting success? Before every game, Ellis dunked his hands into hot wax and peeled it off once it dried. Sounds crazy, right? But here's the deal. It all started after Ellis injured his left ring finger. He used the wax as part of his recovery process, and it became such a habit that it stuck with him throughout his career. Is it strange? Absolutely. Superstitious? You bet. Did it help his shooting? Well, that's up for debate. But either way, Ellis' pregame wax ritual earns a spot in the top 3 of the strangest NBA pregame routines. Number 2. Reggie Miller's dance, soda choice, and pregame shouting match. Reggie Miller wasn't just a legendary shooter. His pregame routine was bizarre. He only walked through specific hallways, believing it affected his performance. In the locker room, he'd run a massage device over hard surfaces to create a noise he called the dinner bell to hype up his teammates. Before player introductions, he'd shoot a fadeaway 3 from mid-court. If he missed, he'd shoot again, then finish with a layup if needed. 8 minutes before tip-off, his soda choice depended on the last game's result. Sprite after a loss, Pepsi after a win. He also had a playful trash talk session with Pacers media director David Benner. Everything was fair game except Benner's wife and dog. And yeah, capped it all off with a dance routine alongside teammate Haywood Workman. Weird? Definitely. But for Reggie, it worked. Number 1. Jason Terry's pajamas and pregame meal. And at number 1, we have the one and only Jason Terry, the former 6th Man of the Year who famously outplayed LeBron James in the 2011 NBA Finals. What made Terry's pregame routine so odd? Well, for starters, it started the night before the game. Terry would wear his opponent's team shorts to bed. Yeah, you heard that right. He would sleep in his rival's shorts, possibly to feel closer to them and maybe get the psychological edge. But that's not the only weird part of his ritual. On game day, Terry had to wear high socks and a headband, a tribute to his dad, who rocked the same look when he played basketball. But the real deal? His pregame meal. It had to include chicken.
I gotta have a headband, gotta eat some form of chicken before every game.
Doesn't matter how it was cooked, just chicken. And if that wasn't enough, if Terry missed consecutive shots during the first quarter, he would switch sneakers during the next intermission. His daughters even call him a weirdo, and let's be real, maybe he is. But the guy's an NBA champion, so whatever he was doing, it worked. Which of these pregame rituals was the weirdest to you? From headbutts and chalk tosses to kissing rims and sleeping in enemy shorts. These routines prove that greatness often comes with a side of strangeness. It's not just skill that fuels the game. Sometimes it's superstition, emotion, and pure personality. Subscribe for more deep dives into the wild side of the NBA, and drop a comment with the craziest ritual you've seen, or one that deserves a spot on this list. This is the kind of basketball content that doesn't show up in the box score. Stay locked in.